Have you ever felt your stomach begin to twist and turn into knots? Your mouth begins to water and a wave of nausea overwhelms you. Perhaps you're sweating and your breathing becomes rapid and irregular, and your heart is pounding out of your chest. You know your body, it's not the flu or cold, it's your anxiety and it's creeping over you. For me, these are my symptoms. Hello, my name is Renee Viscar. I have been dealing with symptoms of anxiety since I was 12 years old. Today in my speech, I will be going over how to properly identify triggers and symptoms based off of statistics, as well as going over proper coping mechanisms that I have found online, as well as from my own personal experience. First, we will be going over the statistics. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, anxiety affects 40 million adults in the United States every year, or 18.1% of the population. This is a huge statistic. It does not take into effect the millions of children that suffer from anxiety every year, which often go undetected because parents do not realize that their child has these symptoms and are oftentimes just think that they are making symptoms up because they don't feel well or they don't want to go to school or take a test or go out and play with their friends. However, anxiety does develop from a complex of risk factors such as genetics, brain chemistry, personality, and life events. Anxiety is a highly treatable mental illness. However, only 36.9% of people who suffer from anxiety receive treatment. And additionally, women are twice as likely to experience symptoms than men. According to Healthline.com, a few triggers of anxiety for some people may include certain medications that they're taking, a set of genetic factors, past trauma, which can also result from PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, health issues, social events, which can be parties, events, and being out in public, or public speaking, caffeine, skipping meals, negative thinking such as I am a failure, I cannot do this, or hearing negative words said about you from people that should be there to support you. Additionally, financial issues and conflict are also triggers of anxiety. Additionally, Healthline.com offers ways to recognize anxiety in yourself and others, and some of these symptoms may be overthinking, avoidance, sweating, stomach issues, panic attacks, needing reassurance, lack of patience, trouble concentrating, constant worrying, trouble breathing, headaches, rapid heartbeat, insomnia, and memory issues. Healthline.com also suggests ways to deal with your anxiety or proper ways to cope. I thought as though these coping mechanisms were very important, and they include to keep a journal, to jot down when you experience your triggers, experience your symptoms. That way you can, from there, try and figure out what your triggers are to see how you can properly deal with those triggers. Exercising is another key to cope with anxiety because exercising releases endorphins in your body, and endorphins make you happy. Be honest with yourself. What can you actually do to change? For me, this is something that I have to constantly go over in my head when I'm having an anxiety or panic attack. What can I do to make my situation different? And oftentimes, nothing's in my control, and that is why I'm freaking out. Do your best to unwind in whatever way is possible for you or whatever way works for you the best. And I would highly suggest avoiding alcohol during the unwind process because drinking while you experience symptoms of anxiety can oftentimes create your anxiety worse because alcohol is a depressant, so people often feel more depressed while they drink. Additionally, take time away from what's bothering you, but not too much time. This can be from unwinding by reading a book or reading a magazine or going for a run or a walk with your dogs. Just take some time away, just try and clear your head, and go back to what's bothering you to see what you can do to fix it. Focus on your breathing during this time because it can really help. It's one small way that anyone can do, and you don't need any fancy tool or money to do it. Just take a minute, stop what you're doing, and just breathe. And just listen to yourself breathe. And just try, if you are breathing super rapid and fast, just try and take a minute to just breathe. And just hear yourself, because you can oftentimes just, like make your breathing become normal again when you're like way out. Or, in the TV shows, they got the brown paper bag. If that would help you, I would highly suggest doing it. Ways that I have dealt with my anxiety in the past include walking my dogs, reading quotes on others that also have anxiety, because I like to know that I'm not alone in situations and there are other people who have also had my symptoms. Additionally, taking a bath helps me to unwind, because that can just makes me feel really relaxed. Talking about my feelings with my husband, my mom, or my friends really help, because it just knows that I'm not alone and that I have those people to talk to. Saying positive words to myself, such as, you can do this, you're not a failure, and just like looking at myself in the mirror while I'm saying it really helps, because it just makes me feel stronger, and it kind of reassures me that, hey, even if you can't control every outcome, you still got this. Additionally, for me personally, devotional books help. Reading God's scripture helps, because it makes me know that even if I don't have everything under control, God does, and He knows exactly what I need. However, if your anxiety is impending on your daily life, I would highly suggest going and seeking help. There are professionals out there that are licensed and know exactly what to do in your type of situation, and just don't let your anxiety get out of control. They're there to help you. You go to the doctor when you're sick and you're not feeling well, so how's that any different when your head's not feeling well, because you're constantly worrying about everything. And finally, I will leave you with a quote by Valerie Bertinelli. Happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy. There's going to be stress in life, but it's your choice whether you let it affect you or not. Thank you, and that is all.